You know who I am?
I'm Ruma.
And I'm Ritu. I'm just kidding, you know.
So we're gonna do a video today about security and insecurity. Ritu's gonna discuss one of her insecurities. I'm gonna express one of mine, and then we'll tell you what we do to help ourselves and what we can do to help others.
So we kind of made a list of one physical insecurity and one, what would you call it, like
in-depth,
inner like emotional insecurity that we have, because we're not perfect. We're human beings. God made us imperfect, and that's the beauty of us. Everybody has insecurities, either you're male or female. Everybody literally does. Nobody
exception.
Yeah, and nobody feels comfortable all the time. We have our phases.
And not all of us are going to admit that. And I think that's one of the biggest things one of the biggest phases of growth is to admit that you have this insecurity and how you can get over it, work on it.
Yeah, I think as you get older, especially for the younger ones out there, you'll start to learn who you are. But I'll tell you early on, admitting and knowing and grasping what you are, and you'll feel better about yourself.
So hey, Reed, what's one of your insecurities?
So one of mine is that I'm short. I am 4'8.5".
Me too.
She's short, but taller than me, but I'm 4'9" legally. I'm really short, but I really hate, and I became insecure because every time I go out somewhere, people literally will say it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so short, or I feel so much taller than her. Look, I'm standing. And they don't know me, they're strangers, but they literally do it in front of me, and it kind of hurts. But the other day I was at Papaya in Royal Oak, shout out. This woman was really sweet. She goes, oh my God, you are so adorable. She said that to me, and it made me feel good because she acknowledged the fact that I was short, but she didn't say, you're so short. She said, you're adorable.
Aww.
And that was really nice. But that's one of my struggles, because that's why I sometimes cake up my face, as you may say. So people, instead of looking at how short I am, they kind of look at me. Like, look at my face. Don't look at how short I am. Yeah, so that's something I always deal with. I have 6.5-inch heels. I'm always rocking it. But even with heels on, people will be like, oh my God, your heels are so big. How short are you? And it's like, dude, I'm short.
She's smaller than me, and I'm 4'11", so we're both really tiny.
What I really hate is like when people are like, oh my gosh, she's so short. I swear to God, one of these days, I am going to say, really, I didn't know. Seriously, so that's something that hurts.
She's super nice. She will never say anything that's out of line. Super nice.
All right, what's yours?
So my physical insecurity, there's a lot actually. Growing up, I was always picked on by my community, the aunties. I know you Daisies and brown people. You guys know what we're talking about. I always got picked on for my height, my skin color, my nose, anything possible. So growing up, I always kind of felt insecure in certain aspects, but there was a phase where I went through where I just didn't feel pretty at all. I just thought I was the ugliest thing walking on earth. I dropped like 10 pounds in 1 week. Yeah. She knows.
Yeah.
I was going through so much at home, and you know, school, work, everything put together, and I just looked and felt really bad. So I went through this phase, and then the way I overcame it was, like I said, I owned up to the fact that I had this insecurity, and I was acting out. Like, I didn't like anyone around me. I didn't like myself.
You became quiet.
I became very, very...
She wasn't herself.
No, I had a phase of solitude, and I love solitude just as big of a social butterfly as I am.
Yeah.
I love solitude, and I think I kind of go under this cave and become this turtle and hide under my shell.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't keep up with anything. But eventually I got out of it, and alhamdulillah, I'm okay now.
yeah, she's definitely better, strong again.
Much stronger than I was.
So now I'm going to talk about the inside feelings that we have. My inner issue actually developed as I got older and went into relationships and out of relationships. Is definitely trust, and like
trust issues
and love. I can't fall in love with anybody because I just can't. I'd rather just wait till I'm married. I don't want to deal with all the drama, all the heartbreaks, and acting like, oh, what, you out with this girl? Like, I don't want to do all that. But how do I deal with that? I mean, I've kind of become cold-hearted, and I'm learning to actually realize that being sometimes that having that wall up is actually a good thing in this world, unfortunately.
Explain to them what cold-hearted really means.
Cold-hearted means as in like, I'm nice, I'm very nice, down to earth, I'll be nice to you, but when it comes to people, they get a little too close and they start being like, I freak out and I'm just like, bye. Like, I don't want to. If you get all cutesy with me, I don't do that. You tell me you love me, cool, thanks.
What
like,
is that called? Fight or flight?
I don't know. It's just
Flight.
it's like you tell me, hey, I love you. I'll be like, thanks.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Bye. Yeah, like, oh God, scared. I don't want that. Like, no, I don't. No. So that's something I deal with is love. But guess who made that insecurity in themselves? I did. By putting myself in relationships that caused me to create this guard. So I'm sure everybody has that, and it's something I work on every single day, hopefully, and I hope that when the right person comes in my life, that'll be gone and it'll be fake stuff, and I'll get married and I won't have that problem anymore. That's the goal.
Me, I was gonna say bounce off the trust issues.
Oh, okay.
Like Drizzy.
Oh girl, she's a Drake fan, Drake.
Super
If
Drake.
somehow you're watching our video.
Tell Drake to respond to my tweets. I just don't get why he won't respond to my tweets. Like, I've been tweeting him since 2009. Okay?
I don't think you're the only one.
Every girl thinks she's the only girl that he talks about.
Alright.
No, my in-depth issue is, well, I do have trust issues on certain aspects of things. I think a lot of people, if they go through enough in their life, they kind of experience or develop that trust issue. My biggest insecurity is my upbringing, because I come from this space where growing up, like as a childhood, I had everything. I was a spoiled brat almost, you could say.
She's the only girl.
I'm the only girl. I have an elder brother and a younger one, so I'm the middle child too. So I have middle child syndrome sometimes, but I am the only girl. So I was very spoiled growing up. And then it came to the point where my mother got very ill. And I don't know if I want to get too in-depth about this. It's a mental illness. She was diagnosed with schizophrenia at a really young age. And, you know, I had to flip my entire life around. It went from being this little girl to having to grow up so quick that I was just trying to grasp everything at once, you know? And while everyone was going through their teenage phase, I had to take care of so much, along with my brothers too, and everything was falling apart. So I didn't get to experience a lot of that. So it's funny now if you...
Yeah, now you kind of, I feel like, are going through what you would have missed out on.
Yeah, I'm kind of picking up where I left off at the age of 14. So if you see me act a little childish or whatever it is... Excuse me, right? It's just because I haven't had that growing up, and that's when I started... Now I started to kind of enjoy life. My mom is so much better.
Yeah.
You know...
Just chilling,
hanging out. You know, it's just so much better. And then... You know, everyone in the house is trying to get along for the sake. My younger brother's doing really good for himself. He just got accepted to pharmacy school.
Yeah.
So I know we're doing something right somewhere.
Shout out to Shibu.
But, you know, the thing is, growing up, I had to deal with, and I always kind of had to live a double life where I had to sweep that under the rug, and I just didn't know how to put on face. Anywhere I went, I was always kind of like on a defensive mode about that. You know, if people were to say, hey, your mom's crazy, oh my God, I would snap. Don't let the sophistication fool you. I'm real hood with it.
If you ever see us driving,
we're like the two little girls.
Like we look
polished.
all like and then we're listening to the most ratchet music.
And if you watch my snaps, you know how hood I am.
Yeah.
No, but eventually, you know, these things we had to grow and work with. And eventually, once you own up to it, admit to it, accept it for what it is, you'll be so much better. I think
if you deny your issues, you're fighting yourself.
Exactly.
And you're gonna make yourself feel like crap.
And the more you try to hide things, the more issues come with that.
Right, because when you try to hide or lie, whatever, it actually, you're digging that hole deeper when you lie to yourself. So if you, better than anything, learn and see what your flaws are and accept those flaws and cherish them and be open about them with people, then you'll be fine. You'll be more stronger. We were talking about how, you know, we see... I mean, we're all women, and for some reason, women like to judge other women when they're in the mall or anywhere. I get it all the time on my YouTube channel.
Everybody judges everybody.
Yeah.
It's just women get more catty, I would say.
And I made a whole video on catty girls, but I think this is like a challenge I have for all you out there, that I try to induce in myself. So whenever I go shopping or anywhere I am and I see a really pretty girl, but for some reason I see myself starting to be like, dang, like, you know, get like a little jealous, I try to tell myself stop. And instead of what is it that I'm getting jealous about?
Right.
And then why don't I stop her and tell her, hey, you look, I love your shoes, or you're so pretty. Because guess what? One, you feel good about yourself. You just told somebody a compliment and they're going to smile at you. And if anything, they'll say thanks or they'll flip a compliment right back at you.
And you know what's so funny? Everyone says when you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. But nobody goes around saying, if you have something nice to say, say it.
Yeah.
Like, nobody does that anymore. And that's what's hard. Like, I was just telling her on my Twitter, I just got back on. I don't know what's going on with the Twitter world, but I find all these pretty girls and I'm like, oh my God, you're so stunning.
Yeah, and one thing I learned from Ruma actually is she just tells girls flat out, you're gorgeous.
You're
like, she'll
pretty,
tell them,
you're pretty.
and that's great because it's like one woman is telling another woman, like, why are you hating on a girl? Just tell her she's pretty.
And you know, we're normal. We have these little jealousy, envy feelings. You know, it's natural. But the way you get over something like that is helping them increase their confidence and their ego, because once you do that, you see that smile on their face, like she said, and you feel so much better about yourself. Like, wow, I just helped somebody.
Right,
you know?
you made somebody's day, and that blessing comes back to you.
And that blessing, and at the end of the day, you always have to remember that God is always looking after whoever is making other people. Because what this life is all about, no matter what religion, what you study,
you can't be hateful to people. This world needs peace.
Humanity is what's the most important. And you have to look out for each other. And if we don't look out for ourselves, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
You know?
We're going to be enemies. But you know one thing I noticed that I always like to say is, when I see these girls, I hate to put you out there, that literally will be like, oh my God, like, I hate her or something like that. You know what you're doing? You're just bringing out your insecurity to the world. You're putting yourself out there to be attacked on more. You know that?
If you feel that, it's so true.
Yeah.
If you feel that need to be like, oh my God, why did she have so much makeup on?
Yeah,
oh my God, why is she wearing that?
Like I see girls like be like, B-word, like, you know, she's such a B, but you know what? Actually, you probably think she's really pretty, but you're hating on her. But now that girl might know, well, you're insecure about how you look. Because you're hating on me.
Yeah.
And I can attack you by a lot of other things.
And the thing is,
that's
like,
messed up.
I can go off on that because when I was going through my phase, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, oh my God, you know, I don't feel comfortable around being with them, or I don't look like that, and I don't want to be around that. Or I don't, you know, it's just so many things going through your head, and inside you have to kind of figure out, like, go to that core feeling and just be like, hey, stop. You know, you need to stop inside because
I think
she's
you have to be your best friend.
You have to be your best friend. Like,
it
hey,
comes
you
with age,
too.
though. It comes with age, though. So if you're younger, as you get older, you'll start to learn to become your best friend. But the sooner you do, the way better it is for you.
And when you create relationships with other people, like say, like, hey, I met you randomly, and like, hey, you're kind of cute. Hey, you're sort of cute too. And then you guys kind of like bonded out of
You know,
nothing.
that's what I love about Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit's very nice. I love living in Detroit.
Yeah.
I know people think Detroit is messed up and gun shooting. No, you don't know real
The girls
Detroit.
are so nice in Detroit. They will tell you, girl, your shoes are real cute. Are you so pretty? And I love that because they're the real. Like, they don't...
And the thing is, like, what we learn from Detroit is to keep it real.
Yeah. Before you say something, think about it. Like, people see me and they say, I'm short, without thinking, like, maybe I'll hurt this person's feelings. Let me just swallow that or bite my tongue, whatever it has to be. Don't say it. Like, if you don't have anything good to say, just don't say it then. Surrounding yourself with positive people make you a better person.
Yes. And once you become positive too, you kind of release yourself from any negative energy as well. And that's very important. Whoever is draining you,
get them away.
Just cut. Because honestly, whoever drains you and takes away your positive energy, it's no good for you. And they're not doing you any good. You're not doing them any good. So just... It doesn't matter. Friends, even family sometimes. You know, sometimes we all have that. But, you know, your bloodline is number one. Always stay with that. But your friends do have a huge impact.
So we just
want to wrap this up by saying, like, relay a positive message to other people. Relay other positive messages.
And like I said, my challenge to you all is if you ever feel like you're getting a little jealous when you're looking at another female, or male to male. I think men are way better than the women, I'll say that. Women try to go up and compliment her. Literally,
And
just go up to her. Watch how it feels.
Don't ever feel insecure or like
Yeah.
you're not pretty enough just because you see these Instagram models or
And you
these
see the magazines, right, with the fake. Oh, I'm a photographer. I know what Photoshop does.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So just don't. Even us, like, we need good lighting, good makeup, angles. And we know how these things are. We're not.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I edit my pictures a little bit to contour
I always
myself
edit
more.
my pictures.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Let editing be the editing. Don't go out there and try to change your actual face.
Yeah.
God
Yes.
made you the way He made you. You're beautiful.
Absolutely.
You do not need to go out there and change yourself to fit in this world. Your imperfections are what makes you perfect.
Do you,
beautiful.
be you, stay strong,
Yeah.
stay healthy.
Sometimes
honestly.
it's good to have a girls' night and play some Beyonce, Who Run the World, girls. You know what I mean? Have a girls' party.
I'm feeling myself.
Yeah, like exactly.
Feel free to hit us up.
Yep. You guys know my Facebook, you know, is Ruma, but right now we have a collab.
Yes.
It's called Vide Amouri. It's actually, if you're wondering, it's Vide, which means
Life up.
life of in French, and Amouri is our name squished
I'm
together.
Amour.
Yeah, she's
She's
Amouri.
Ree.
So it's squished. We're basically a lookbook. We do fashion, and we're mostly geared on modest fashion. I also want to give a shout out to Dubai Femina Fashion. Check them out. DubaiFeminaFashion.com. They sent me that gorgeous dress. I will put a picture up maybe now. They also sent me this really cute cardigan. It's long. It has embroidery.
And
totally
tweet
done.
us. We need
Yes.
followers on
I don't
Twitter.
have that many followers on Twitter.
I'm just getting back on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's
same
so
here.
dead, and I'm like, where's all the love?
Oh, where's all the communication?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah, so just follow us. I'll put the links here of both of ours. Have a great day. Be fashionable.
Enjoy.
Smile. We hope we made you smile or giggle or laugh. We're kind of crazy.
if you want to wear sweats and look fly,
You
that's
can
what
do
you
it.
do.
You can pull it off with a little bit
Yeah.
of mascara and a little bit of lipstick. And subscribe.
And tell Drake to tweet me.
Subscribe to my channel to see more videos. Me and Ruma will be doing more in the future.
Yes.
We always here to talk. I'm thinking, tell me, leave comments if I should do something about makeup on like hijab style makeup, because I always feel like when you're wearing a hijab, your cheekbones have to be way more prominent.
I always do like a very heavy contour
Yeah,
on my
so
face.
I can
just
do-
learned makeup.
So I can do a whole video. Let me know if you guys want to know like hijab makeup 101.
and then
how
I'll
to
do
do it.
like a future hijab tutorial.
Yeah. Guys, later. Bye. Stay beautiful.